in San Francisco for Super Bowl week.
Hey, we're in San Fran.
Hey.
We should have had green screens. You guys could have had the what's the stupid bridge?
Golden Gate Bridge.
You guys could have had the Golden Gate Bridge behind you. I could have had the Tenderloin, which is a very known neighborhood in San Francisco. We could have had green screens of that, and people would have thought we were there.
We'd be in the Tanner family house. Up that. Hey, welcome to Can Fan Full House Talk.
Well, it's the Super Bowl is in San Francisco, so this makes sense.
It's relevant. Brent Packer, crack him if you got him.
Crack if you got him. I was
gonna say we never get a break for what we drink unless it's stripped because Brent Packer guy goes Coors. Y'all don't like real beer.
Oh yeah, like
fuck is the difference? What is okay? Brent Packer
guy. What can we drink?
Hey, no, listen. You come up to Canada, you drink you go beer for me with Fat Tugs, and we'll see who's standing.
Technically,
I'm in on that.
I will out Fat Tug beer drink. This is a 7% IPA in Canada. You want real beer? I don't give a fuck about the taste. It's 7%.
Yeah,
I will drink you under the table.
Cowboys could technically go anywhere. It makes the most sense for them to go to Mexico City or Brazil.
The Cowboys are also one of the teams that have only ever played one international game. 2014 in London.
Des Bryant went parabolic that game. Give me your top 2 spots. If you had to pick for us to go somewhere, top 2.
I mean, obviously Mexico City is great. London, just because it's the old country.
Germany.
Guess Rio, man. Brazil would be really fun.
You would go Rio, okay.
It would be really fun.
No, I actually would love Madrid, Rio, or Munich, I think.
No, I'm not going to go Mexico City yet. I think Mexico City would be my 3rd, but my 2 would be Melbourne, mate, and Munich, I think, would be my 2 that I would really like to go to.
The reason Cowboys only have had one international game is because they don't get the money directly from it. It's a huge hit when you're banking on 8 or 9 games a season now to be your home games.
And the Cowboys don't have to try to get more fans.
But so how home teams, they do not keep the full revenue generally. It goes into the league's national revenue sharing where all teams get a little piece of the pie. The home team can receive some compensation or reimbursement to offset that, probably baked into the deal. Into the TV deal or whatever. Season tickets holder for home games get priority access if they want that. And the biggest incentive is the international games help expand NFL's global base.
And that team's base.
And the team's base. Here is that exception for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They have a long commitment to multiple games in London. And so they have a special arrangement where they retain most of or all of that local revenue, which is between tickets, concessions, merch. So they essentially take their home game, move it to London, and they get between 35 to 50 million, which is more than their typical home game. So they want to go to London.
And you're going to see guaranteed out of those 3 London games, the Jags are going to have one of those. I got some trivia for you here. Who was the team that the Cowboys played against in their international game?
What
Falcons.
Year?
2014.
Falcons.
I'd say Falcons.
Too far back. Any hints or just straight up 32 teams?
I'm not giving you a hint.
Okay, I will say
it was in London.
Jags.
Yeah.
But we did have the Pro Bowl. A handful of real cool looking studs showed up to the Pro Bowl this year from the Dallas Cowboys, and then we had Crips McGee walking around and on his little on his pervert cart. Micah Parsons. And look, I'm throwing shade. Obviously, Micah's going to finish his career as a Dallas Cowboy. We all know that already.
I mean, Anth posted it right there.
Yeah, do you see one of the top comments?
Oh, where? Oh,
290 likes.
You didn't even know I was in this, AJ, when you picked this one?
I didn't. I didn't see the comment. I only pay attention to what I need to, unfortunately.
Yeah, fair.
But this is a kind of a funny little clip.
George Pickens, if anyone hasn't read it already, George Pickens was asked potentially getting the money that would have been used for Micah Parsons. He responded with,
all I can say, it's a very high possibility.
All I can say is it's a very high possibility. That's my
nice try, buddy.
Nice try, buddy.
CD looks like he is at his rich uncle's house and took his hat, took his shades, took all his chains, and he's just wearing them around at the pool party.
You got somebody behind you. You know, Jerry said because of you got Micah's money, you're going to get Micah's money. Because if Micah's not there, they can pay you.
I mean, it's a very possibility. Everything in life is a possibility. But we definitely could have used Micah Parsons. We definitely could have used his talents. We know he was in Dallas for a long time. He loved it.
George,
but all I can
take
say
the
is
dub.
high possibility.
He's just trying to be nice.
He's trying to be nice. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's not like Micah got his 47. Micah got what Micah wanted. Micah wanted to be the highest paid person in the NFL that wasn't a quarterback. He got that.
Yeah, you know, I just wish some of those things never happened. You know what I mean? Like, I wish that, you know, he never brought me into the office and just let the agent speak. And I wish he had compromised our relationship. Like, I thought me and Jerry had a good relationship up to that point and then to this offseason. And it's sad that it went to like that.
So what Attack on Cowboys was saying, and when you hear him talk about this, he's like, I wish Jerry didn't do this. I wish he didn't take me into his office. I wish he didn't strain our relationship or whatever.
No accountability.
No accountability. It's like, man, you're a grown-ass man. It's like, oh, I didn't know. Adam invited me into the bathroom when he was naked, and then he touched me. Like, I wish he wouldn't have invited me into the bathroom while he was naked. It's like, what the fuck did I think was going to happen? Not to make this sexual.
You made it extremely sexual.
But hey, if Jerry invites you into his office and said, hey, do you want to test my new salt stick?
I'm going.
Go, of course I'm going too, but I want those season tickets. But if I'm negotiating with him, I'm going to be like, hey, man, let's just leave this to the professional. That's why I pay this dude.
Yeah, he could have said that. What he's saying right now, he could have said. The other thing that bugs me is, sure, whatever you just said, awesome. Micah Parsons, the one that went on record saying, I don't want to be the highest paid player in the NFL. I want to stay with the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep. Yeah.
But then he got traded and became the highest paid player in the NFL outside of any quarterback.
Yeah, I just what I'm getting at is what Cowboys would do, put a franchise tag, and then all of a sudden it's week 1, and then George Pickens, they finally come to some sort of extension after he's held out through camp the entire time. That's what I don't want to see. I'd rather see them just do the due diligence and get it sorted out before the draft, so that we know our offense going into the draft.
Or what if they're like, hey, we're going to franchise tag you. Our full plan is to sign you. Don't hold out. And then he doesn't hold out, and then it's just a holding chip. Name a guy that's the last 2 times the Dallas Cowboys have used the franchise tag in a situation where the players were down to work with it. It worked with DeMarcus Lawrence and Dak Prescott. Both those guys got franchise tagged, and then they both ended up getting signed to long-term deals, and neither of them held out for those contracts.
And I think
that's the whole point of the franchise tag.
Yeah,
you don't want your player to play on the franchise tag.
Yeah,
you don't want to sign George Pickens to a franchise tag being like, oh no, we're just expecting you to play the full season on a franchise tag. That makes no sense for the player at all. The franchise tag is just basically a holding marker so that they can then figure out a long-term deal.
It's a bargaining chip. I could see, I know what you're saying. We don't want to get into another situation.
We don't want to hold out. We don't want to stalemate.
We don't want to
stalemate.
The only thing I'm afraid of with the whole idea of franchise tag is, one, when they brought up the conversation to him, he wasn't like George Pickens was
he doesn't want to play on a franchise tag.
Of course.
But they might have to use the franchise tag so that he doesn't hit free agency.
Totally.
Yeah. Well, but that's the thing. His contract doesn't really matter. Right?
Well, that's but this is the thing. Everyone's contract doesn't really matter.
True.
And why are the Cowboys the only team that decide to play by the rules?
Well, I just think
these are here's the funny thing is, Philadelphia did play by the rules.
Yeah.
They just mortgaged their future so they could go win a fucking Super Bowl. Would anyone complain if the Dallas Cowboys did the same thing and went into cap hell for 3 years after?
No.
Well, no
Cowboys went into cap hell without winning the Super Bowl.
Okay, I was going to say, if you were to say to me, the next 2 years are the years that we're making a big push for it, and then after that, we're going to deal with it. Like, you're going to take the next 2 years to try to go for a.
We're humans, of course we will.
And what it adds up to is like, now
Jerry could be dead. I'll leave it for my son.
Well, exactly. The Cowboys doesn't think of that like that way more.
No, but the Cowboys made the moves where it's like, you have this offense, you go and you sign GP3, you re-sign Javonte, or you find the equivalent for him. And maybe that is Kenneth Walker III. I don't know. That's for better
Breece Hall, maybe.
Who knows? Breece Hall. You go all in for these 2 years, and you win us a Super Bowl, and then we will grant you another 35 years.
Yeah,
Go into cap hell for 35 years. Go in there and just get the Super Bowl. And that's what teams do. The Rams did it. The Eagles did it.
GP3 was, I'll say it, a happy accident. Like they traded for a premier guy that they could get for a discounted deal.
Who never had a 1,000-yard season.
And he had a phenomenal year.
And he had he
And
was
now-
coming in with a lot of question marks.
And
And CanFan was always on board.
Blast through these coaches, these the
Yeah.
2026 defensive hires.
So-
all defensive hires.
All defensive hires. Christian Parker obviously started this off by hiring him as the defensive coordinator. Then we went in and got Derek Ansley for the pass game coordinator, DB's coach. Ryan Smith as a secondary, Marcus Dixon as the defensive line. And help me out here, Chidera Uzo Darible or CUD, also Cud.
I think
The outside linebacker. Cud.
this is the thing. All these guys are young.
Young,
huh,
dumb, and full of cum.
We say young, and they're probably like,
Our age.
yeah, like our age.
They all look like developmental coaches. Like when you look at Ansley and Christian Parker, they're there to really help the secondaries.
Yeah.
And then bringing a guy like
Kid Cudi.
Kid Cudi, they're bringing him in to help guys like Overshone on how can you maximize our linebackers who have that speed and that explosiveness, or Shamar James. Like,
You know what it makes me think? The outside linebackers thing, that we're going to be going to 3-4 with the Cowboys. Especially if they keep Kenny Clark with Osa and our boy Q. When you have those three guys that are some of your best players on your defense, that's the perfect 3-4 alignment. Those are your three guys on running downs,
And you swap.
and then you swap guy like Easy E ends up being an outside linebacker in that kind of formation.
a lot of this tells me that they're looking, like when I guess Christian Parker probably had his interview, he probably said, here's the elements that you have that can work really well with you. If we take them and we adjust into this type of scheme and we develop these guys to do this, I think we have some misalignment with some personnel. And then with some of his hirings that you see here, it's like, yeah, you look at coaches here that probably know how to connect with the personnel to coach them up, which I think they probably weren't getting that in Fluce's more maybe traditional system.
Here's my question, though. We talk about needing a cornerback. If these coaches are able to take guys from C pluses to B pluses, A minus players, we got Siobhan Revel Jr., we got Kalen Carson, and we got Deron Bland. If they can increase those guys, if I go to Madden here, by 5 points each, do we need to draft a young cornerback?
Yes.
I know, but play with me. Play with me.
I see what you're saying.
What if
I would
Deron Bland returns to where he was, where he had
All-Pro?
All-Pro?
Well, then
What if Siobhan Revel shows up and is a shutdown corner? Or
He's a
not
bit
shutdown, but
has the length, he can tackle.
what if they teach him how to be a top 15 QB by week 4?
Or what if he's
cornerback?
already a top 15 cornerback and he was just, again, he
Well, so
came
he-
in halfway through the
They
issue is-
unlock his potential by week 4.
the issues, they're not. This is the only problem.
Yeah.
They won't have that info by the
I know.
draft. That's the problem. They're going off of what they saw.
But what if all these coaches come in and say, I see this guy, here's my point-by-point analysis. I'm doing a lot of what ifs.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
But I'm also, if I'm a player's coach, I'm like, I could use one more toy in the
No,
old fucking
I'm not against it.
in the old closet.
And I think what I'm trying to get to is, my mentality is now shifting. If that's the case, because I believe that they're young dudes, a year removed. Are we willing to just move on? I thought we knew that we had defense. So,
I'd
like,
rather
is it
see,
fair, you know what I mean?
I'd rather see linebacker and defensive end
Okay.
in the first round.
So
I'll play into what you're saying.
what I'm
If-
playing
if
into is
or
I think
safety.
BPA.
Yeah.
Well, safety if you can get downs.
He's number one pick. He's on our board.
Yeah.
As Cowboys fans, not only is he a BPA, he's the ultimate BPA.
I think he's
for
the
us.
number. I think he's
He's
the
the
first.
ultimate BPA for the for
True
us.
value, he's number 1. So we went ahead and broke down our top Senior Bowl standouts. 3 each. I can't remember the order. So when your dude hits,
Yeah,
you can just
I think
hop
my
into
guy's
it.
first. Okay, so Bud Clark, safety out of TCU. One of the biggest reasons I also picked him at first, 100% was the name.
6'2", 185. That's skinny.
I'm in on this whole secondary thing. I like the idea of a safety. He's actually ranked pretty low right now on Draft Buzz. He's around 14.
That's good though, because we don't have a second or third pick.
Exactly.
So that makes sense. The
We need
Cowboys have a
these depth
chance.
guys.
The problem with that though is that he did very, very well in the Senior Bowl, and he has a very solid season. He could possibly move up the ranks.
That's
So
the problem.
he could fall in the second or third rank.
Round?
Not rank.
Day 2. He
Day
could
two.
become a
Alex already brought up his size. He is smaller frame, so that's going to scare some teams. That's good for the Cowboys. It's also good for the defensive coordinator that we have because he's not a size guy. He doesn't care about the size of secondaries. He'll take a smaller guy depending on what they have. The thing with Bud Clark in terms of his versatility and what we might be looking at doing, he can actually nickel down as a corner. He has that versatility in terms of playing either inside the box as like as a linebacker, or he could even be pushed outside as that nickel defender. So in terms of like NFL schemes, he could actually be moved around.
Well, you have a ball hawk, 15 career interceptions and 35 pass breakups.
Wow.
So that's guy's got a nose for
He
it.
hunts.
Oh, there's my guy.
What is this?
Jacob Rodriguez.
Red Raiders.
Linebacker out of Texas Tech, SP rank 3. So you know this has been playing in some important games. You see his PFF. Look at this. Blue. If we're talking on the hydration charts, sure, he's got a little bit yellow on pass rush. We don't give a shit.
But he's not. Maybe he's not being put there.
Yes, look at his defense. Look at his run defense and coverage. All healthy blue. This guy was one of the best linebackers in college football this year. He played quarterback in high school, which is kind of an interesting switch. You go from quarterback to linebacker. Not a usual transition, but it helps him. It makes him as good as he is. This is what's one of his main things. The reason he can read offenses so well is because he played quarterback. And on top of that, the guy's a game changer. 10 forced fumbles and 5 interceptions over the last 2 seasons. So the guy has a nose for the football, but he likes to ruck it up, like we said, 125 plus tackles in 2024 and 2025. And in the Senior Bowl, because this is all the Senior Bowl standouts, the guy was getting multiple turnovers in the team situation. So the guy was picking the ball off. So not only was he doing it during the season this year against college competition, but he did it against his peers in the Senior Bowl. And to top it off, he looks like a young Pedro Pascal and was the Butt Kiss Award winner, which is the top linebacker in college football. Like, this guy,
sick.
He's a beast. The only, and I know we need to talk about something negative.
Yep.
And it was kind of like Ad's last guy, Bud Clark, is his size. He's only 6'1", and they have him at 230 here, but I think he's a little bit smaller than that even.
Yeah.
So he is small. He could get bullied in the NFL, but everything, if this guy was 6'4", 250 pounds, he'd be a top 10 pick.
Kyle Lewis or Louis?
Kyle Lewis. So 6'1", 220, he's a linebacker. He actually has been making a lot of rounds coming from this Senior Bowl week. A bit, we'll start with the negative, undersized for your traditional linebackers.
You love those undersized boys.
Undersized boys. I also, too, like I was a third
As
one.
well?
Also, too, as
That
well.
was a real.
That was,
dude.
Yeah.
I want to say, like, a lot of what I had on the intangibles or my points for Bud Clark kind of feel the same with Kyle Lewis.
You've got a guy.
Lewis.
You've got a guy.
He's got a guy.
You gotta look.
They're both undersized, smaller frames.
Ad
right?
has a type.
I have
You
a
got a
type.
type.
I have a type. But 6'1", he has high motor and he's very physical. So he's very energetic. He's aggressive. He can make plays in run game and in space. So when we talk about these linebackers, he's kind of like that other Overshone where he can be this
East to west.
Yeah, very east to west. Could be a heat-seeking missile. Very elite in coverage, and he has a high football IQ. That's the biggest thing that's coming out. He's making rounds coming out of this Senior Bowl week based off of his coverage technique that he's been doing against players. So that's the thing I'm looking at in terms of this guy. Again, I was the third pick here, so.
Are you worried about his total tackles?
For a linebacker, yeah.
For a linebacker, yeah. Again, so this goes down to him being undersized. However, depending on the type of scheme that you put him into, that acceleration and his speed in that space, this is where I'm saying you could have that 1-2 punch with Overshone, depending on what we go with here, right?
Hey, my first one, Garrett Nussmeier. Now, I know Cowboys are not in for a quarterback, but he's a small quarterback, 6'1", 205. LSU, not the team that I have in my memory. They're a SP rank of 52, which is the worst that we've seen so far, unfortunately.
They weren't as good this year as they were expected.
They weren't as good this year. And in fact, Newsmeer had not a very good year. But let's get down to his stats here. He looked sharp and most consistent quarterback during the Senior Bowl practice. That was someone's objective opinion, and I took it and made it subjective, okay? He had an oblique injury throughout most of the season last year, and then the LSU program turmoil affected that season, and he ended up getting benched after 9 games. But his 2024 stats is really what I think teams are going to look at. 4,000 yards passing, 29 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Not the best ratio, but a ratio you can definitely get away with. And a 64% completion rate, which needs to come up for sure. But he did show strength. There's a handful of teams that actually need quarterbacks, right? Obviously, the Raiders are pretty much set in stone for what it seems like to pick. I love you. Oh, my team. Oh, God. Oh, I'm going to chisel over this camera.
I want to do just a clip of Fernando Mendoza reacting to like a collect call or like
ordering pizza. If we could just get ham and pineapple, I know that you guys can make the best ham and pineapple.
Fernando Mendoza ordering pizza for his Super Bowl party. Sorry, AJ.
But hey, no, it's fine. I love a good laugh. Not a lot of quarterbacks in this draft. So my theory why this is important is that I want Nussmeier to move in to the top 19 picks. I want one team to get scared, and the Cardinals are on that list. The Browns could potentially be on this list. The Jets are definitely on that list. I think, like, for example, if Jets don't draft a quarterback, it's going to put pressure on the Cardinals to be like, oh, because we can't wait. And why we want that to happen as Cowboys fans is because it allows the Dallas Cowboys at 12 to get closer to that true top 10 potential player.
Right.
Because quarterbacks are always going to be a little
We
inflated.
need 3 quarterbacks gone in the top 10.
That would be ideal. Nadame Tucker, that's how I'm calling him. Another defensive end from Western Michigan. I don't know if you have a problem with that.
Yeah, I do actually.
Okay. 6'3", 250. I like the size. The SP rank of the team ain't the best, but you can look at his PFF. It's really nice there.
I got blue. I like blue.
Blue is good. That's where you want to see your PFF scores. And 2022 to 2024, he totaled only 10 tackles. And then he transferred to Western Michigan and had 3 sacks in his first game. So was it coaching? Was it guys utilizing his skill? Was it just him getting into a new place? Only time will tell. But the Senior Bowl stats, he had 5 tackles, 2 sacks, 3 TFLs, and 1 forced fumble. But he does have that Van Wilder syndrome. He's a 6th-year senior.
This is another guy that's getting a little bit of buzz.
Yeah,
right
Bryce Botcher. That's how I'm going to say his name, and I might have botched it.
Looks like a linebacker.
Totally.
Looks like a linebacker, 6'2", 232, a little on the light side.
They're all small.
Small guy, but this is what we're seeing.
Yeah.
He did play on an SP rank 5 team.
So he's battling.
Did not have the best PFF rankings considering what we expect in college. He was also drafted by the Houston Astros in the 2024 MLB draft. He's athletic, probably has a big slugger. He also led his team in tackles in 2024 and 2025 and had 10 tackles at the Senior Bowl, including his first of the game.
I'm a tackle guy, man. If you're going to be a good tackler in the NFL, you better lead your team in tackles in college.
I was surprised that Wage didn't go for Zion Young here. 6'5", 262, so he's a size. The big thing with Zion, he actually got Senior Bowl Player of the Game, so he's the MVP. His stat line wasn't great in the game, but his 2 tackles and his 1 forced fumble, he actually had the forced fumble at a very critical moment that set the team up to actually win the game. Strong run defender, sets the edge and closes downhill with power. High motor, rarely takes any types of plays off, so this guy is a worker. The big negative to him, but it's also a positive to the Cowboys. He has character issues, so he likes to drink and drive, and he had some scraps.
A 20-year-old doesn't.
Yeah, and he had some scraps during an actual game. Him and 7 other players fought guys. I think it was in Michigan, and he actually got charged for that. So he could probably go day 2.
Just from the tackles alone, I could say that he's playing like an outside linebacker.
Yeah, 3-4 linebacker.
Also, his character issues: fighting, I'm not upset about that. You're going to muck it up with your boys on the field. You're in the trenches. I can respect that.
We've never been guys who will say like, "Oh, this person has a character issue. Don't draft him."
This is our last.
This
dude,
is Jennings Dunker. Okay.
Look at this.
I took
now, this is a can fan.
This is
bro.
a can fan.
This is a can fan, bro.
This is strictly a can fan pick, and I know a lot of can fan nation. He's more than likely going to play in the interior of the offensive line, and they're already kind of projecting him to be a guard, and that's kind of what led to him being like said he'll play anywhere. He's even working on snapping ahead of the combine to maybe play center. The Dallas Cowboys do not need a guard. This guy's strictly on my board or on our Senior Bowl standout because he had a great Senior Bowl practice, didn't have the greatest game. He was playing tackle in the game. Looked like he should be a guard.
Yeah.
But I've strictly picked him because he looks like he'd shotgun and drink screech with us. You know what we should do?
I think this guy is going to do well. And
We should put like, I don't know, some sort of wager on it. That
Okay,
whoever
we-
has the best player by the end of the season, I don't know what we do wager wise, but something to keep us involved.
it's
I like that.
it's the next Thanksgiving Day shot.
Yeah, by Thanksgiving.
So we do it, and whoever wins or whoever gets the loser of the two, the person who picks the player who does the worst, then they got to buy the other guy's shots in Thanksgiving or something like that. You know what I mean?
A shirt. I think it should be a shirt.
gonna do
or
something
like
here.
Oh
that.
yeah,
That's
you have to
probably
buy
better.
it. But you have to get bought something at the
I think
AT&T.
we got to make it sting a little bit. A shot's nothing. I think
Sure.
like,
Okay.
We get we get a value.
A studio, something for the studio. It's got to
Fuck
be
that. I don't want you guys. I want something I'm wearing.
Like I'm saying, so if you win, AJ and I have to buy like something that's equivalent to around $100 US.
Yeah, it's like $100 at the.
No, we go to the pro shop.
That's what I mean.
Okay,
Pro
we
shop,
go to the pro
$100.
shop. You have
No. Go to the in Dallas Fort Worth Airport. You buy at that pro shop there.
Okay.
Because that one had
Cheaper
better-
deals.
cheaper deals for.
Hey, I said
you
pro
technically
shop.
it was a pro shop.
Yeah, the shit that we were looking at, it was cheaper
Yeah, okay,
at
so
the pro
that's
shop
that's
at
that-
the airport.
that's a
than
good thing, and it
AT&T
has to be
Stadium.
whoever at that point is ranked in their position group.
Yeah,
Higher.
highest
Okay.
PFF
Positional group, yes.
PFF.
Yeah, I think PFF should
Just make it
easy.
simple.
Yeah.
Agree or disagree on.
You know, if I'm in last, I'm arguing it.
Yeah. Okay. I like it.
I get it. He's ranked lower, but he's had higher impact plays.
Okay, and this is how we're gonna do it because it's $100 USD. The person with the lowest has to front $60.
Yeah,
and the person with second $40.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
I like it. That's perfect.
Okay.
And then the person with one just takes
Sits back and you get a hundo. You get a hundo beans, and if you want to double down and get yourself a jersey or the salute to service, I get a salute to service for $50 then.
What if I
that's
do that?
good.
What if I win and I say, okay, you guys, we're gonna go sit down at this bar and you have to buy me $100 worth of beer and I'm just gonna drink it in front of you.
I mean, that'd be hilarious. As long as it's at Dallas Fort Worth.
yeah, in the airport.
Yeah.
and I drink
long as it's in
$100 worth of
DFW.
beer.
I don't think $100 worth of beer would be that.
But for all y'all out there, it'll be 2:30 p.m. PST.
Pacific Standard.
1 hour before the Super Bowl, we're gonna be here.
Super Bowl guys, we're there already.
Super Bowl. And if you know any other 30 teams that didn't make the Super Bowl this season, I want you to look them in the eye. I want you to put your arm around them, and I want you to tell them to go themselves.
That technically means we're telling ourselves to
Yeah.
fuck ourselves.
Oh yeah, we're all in the yourself circle.
We are, yeah.
Cowboys aren't the only ones that didn't make it to the Super Bowl this year.
2:30.
That's what everyone has to know.
2:30
See you
hour
guys.
before Super Bowl.
Hey.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Jerry, sign George Pickens, you stupid son of a beep.
We censor ourselves on the last thing.
Where it doesn't even matter anymore.
I like it.
And we out.